It's your favorite Compas, and we are back with another edition of Compas on the Beat, the first one of 2024. In this episode, we go over our Week 17 storylines, plus we have our usual segments of NFL Power Rankings, Burial of the Week, Una Más, and this week on Avocado Roast, as we start 2024, we give our favorite Jim Carrey movies, with two of his films turning 30 years old this year. By the way, Gilberto, don't you have a question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yes, I do, Fernando. And just a reminder, today's the last day. You could tell me Happy New Year, January 2nd. I don't want to hear it on January 3rd. Maybe you're watching this on January 3rd. So maybe you could tell me in the comments. That's fine too. But the engagement question of the week, the first one of 2024. Just let me know what'd you do on New Year's Eve weekend or New Year's weekend. The E fell on a Sunday, which unfortunately I had to work to cover some football games. But that's okay. And then New Year's Day on Monday, I went to the Rose Parade for the first time in a long time. So what did you do? Maybe some family plans. Maybe you went to a WWE. I don't know why I said it wrong because I'm so jealous. WWE Raw event like Fernando did. But let me know what you did and for New Year's weekend. Let me know in the comments if you're listening on audio, Spotify, rate and review. Then come over to YouTube and let me know in the comments. Not because I'm like creepy like that. I just want to know what you did on the weekend. That's it.
A
That's it.
guy that was there for WWE and enjoyed all of it, especially when the most electrifying man of all of sports entertainment came out, is Dan Dago. Let's go to him now.
Welcome, one. Welcome all to another glorious Wednesday. You already know what it is. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, I know that voice. I know who that is. I know what program he's on. You're thinking to yourself, it's Dan Dago. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Because not only is today Wednesday, not only is today one day closer to the weekend, not only is it hump day, but it is the day your favorite program, Compas on the Beat, drops a new episode. You already know what it is. You already know what we're getting into. We're getting into all the week's takeaways from the NFL. Shout out, we get into it. We got our power rankings, which I'm sure is going to piss off a lot of people, but shout out to all you for listening. Make sure you get in those comments. Let that stooge, that scumbag, know how wrong he is and how much of a curse he is to everyone's favorite team. Shout out to all of you. We also get into our avocado roast, our burials, what. You already know we do it all here. So shout out for all you for making the right decision on your Wednesday and tuning into the program. But anyway, I know what you're all telling me. Enough of the dilly-dally, Dan, and they go, let's get with the program. So all the way from across the hallway, play the music, Nando.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano, covers the NFLs for Sports Illustrated. Happy New Year, and what's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? And again, you're down to your last few Happy New Year's, but Happy New Year's back to you and your family, the Ramirez family, and also the Corona family when Victor jumps on. But yeah, it was actually a pretty good New Year's weekend. I had to work on Sunday, but once I clocked out, thankfully nobody cared about Packers Vikings, so I was off a little early. Hung out with the partner side in Anaheim, and then New Year's Day hung out with my side of the family in Pasadena. Got there at 9:30 in the morning, rushed over, woke up, cleaned my face, and saw the Rose Parade. It was a good time.
What is that? Was that a tradition? Like, did you guys used to do that as kids? Because I know you grew up in Pasadena. Did you used to do that as a kid, or?
We used to, and then I just like, well, I always go. Why do I care anymore? And then it became like, well, like in my early 20s, I used to go party and I wouldn't wake up. Now in my older, well, I guess my younger 30s, how about that? I don't want to say I'm older. I prefer sleep, so I don't want to go out and wake up early. I've seen it, but like I told you on the Martes Live, like my mom lives like not even a block away from Colorado Boulevard where the parade goes through, so we could just have an easy walk to get and watch the parade. And I mentioned we were in the back end, and the funny thing about this year, because I'm new to this, they finally got pooper scooper. They have like volunteers. They walk behind the horses and just pick up the poop as they take a nice dump on the street. So I never thought about that being an issue, but it is actually a big problem. So why have that on the street? So people walk around with the little scoopers and a big old trash can, and they just do that for like a 3-mile walk, and so that we all kept screaming "Poopers, Scoopers," and they ever just started clapping it up. So that was kind of fun for that. But it's been a minute, and it took Caroline; she's never gone. So, and then I think my sister's fiance has never gone, so he got to go and see it. So pretty cool.
I wonder if they get paid hourly or how they get paid.
I don't know, picking up poop.
What do you
or
put on your resume? Shit
Pooper
cleaner,
scooper,
pooper
the parade.
scooper, like yeah, no, I don't know.
Would
That'd
you
be,
like? Would you put it on a resume? Hey, picked up poop at the 102nd Rose Parade. I don't know.
I would put like, and I honestly like, I would apply for a job where like it says like, oh, can you clean up messes? I'm a shit cleaner. Like if you
Yeah, there you go.
if you do something like that, I can clean up. I can come in and clean it all up and make it better. So
Yeah,
but
what's something underrated about you? Well, one time I
yeah,
picked
exactly.
Up,
there
foot
you go. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I would
and I
do.
got a round of applause too while I'm doing it.
That's what job applications are. Like, that's what not job interviews are. Just hype yourself up, and if you can do it with that,
Yeah.
boom, you're
And it
gonna
also
be
shows that you don't care about what people think about you. Hey, I'm gonna go do the dirty work.
exactly.
It doesn't matter, no pun.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, I would definitely. No. I mean, doesn't matter. Hey, you have a job. How many people can say that? I mean, especially because, I mean, we all know how that goes. So you got a job that you're already winning.
And one more story from the Rose Parade, because you know they had both football teams, Michigan and Alabama, so they have their own float and their own crew. And Michigan comes out with a nice float, and they have their whole cheerleading squad and the drumline people, whatever you want, the marching band. Cool. I'm like, cool. It's gonna be hard to top that. Alabama comes in some crappy little flow. I'm like, that's it. You're Alabama. You're a freaking powerhouse. And apparently it was like a throw-off thing where like they're like 2 minutes apart, the whole marching band and the float. I kid you not, Fernando. There was like at least like 500 people, like a powerhouse of a band and cheerleaders and the cheer spirit people dudes. It was like, okay, this felt like a powerhouse program. So it was quite a sight to see. All those people from Alabama, probably in California for the first time.
Yeah, I in California for the first time. I bet. All right, let's bring on the guys and see how how they spent their well, I know how one person spent their New Year's, but let's see how Vic spent his. How you doing, Vic?
Doing good, but I had a question for you, and I kind of want to get Dan's thoughts on this too, because I had a good New Year's. I got to spend it with the fam, and we got to play some loteria. But I have a question for you guys, and it has to do with barber concern, because I haven't been able to get a haircut now, and I want to ask you guys. So I'll wait till Dan and Dago joins us to ask this question.
Oh, we actually played loteria on the 24th. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot that we played that. I hadn't played that in a long time, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. But let's Gilbert, how are you doing today?
Me or Victor? What? Oh yeah.
He literally said your name. He literally said your name. He said me or Victor.
Well,
he already talked to me. Let me answer for him, Frau. He is doing excellent. His boy is here. The excitement's here. He hears the fireworks going off.
I like your hoodie, and I like your clean-shaven face, Dan.
Oh, yeah, I got that baby face going. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret. All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. Standing here outside the door. I hate to let you go and say goodbye. Something like that. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again.
On What's Up Bolts, I said it's contract negotiations.
Oh, is that what you're trying to tell me?
I am hot.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be awesome.
All right, I'll promote you to Pooper Scooper if you want. How about that?
Oh yeah, Pooper Scooper. Yeah, are you kidding me? I'm the problem solver everywhere I go. That is my job title.
Okay, so you do some poop scooping. Cool, good to know.
Oh well, I mean, I deal with teenagers.
He has to clean up the poop that is right next door to him right now, huh, Dan?
Oh, you're talking about your godson or what? that steaming pile of human garbage.
All right. Before we get to Victor's question, can you give me a little story from Raw on New Year's Day?
No, we're
man?
gonna get to that in a second. Vic,
Yeah, I
go
wanted
ahead.
to-
You have
yeah,
one? Okay.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead, Vic.
All right. So my barber a couple of weeks ago invited me to his 50th birthday, right?
Wow, you guys are
And
close like that?
Yeah, I was about to
No,
say,
no,
It's
yeah.
like my brother don't like me
listen,
anyway.
this is why I'm bringing it up. So I'm not like he's, you know, like I have a cool conversation with him, and he's invited me to stuff like, you know, whether it has to do with Raider stuff related, and I try not, like, now that I'm doing this, I try not to do stuff that has to do with the Raiders anymore. Like, yeah, I never did anyways, but people know that I've been, you know, around Raider fans, and so they invite me to things. And so he invited me, right? And I was busy. I had, you know, I have my own job, and I'm, you know, busy producing the show and other things on House of Horns. And I tried to, you know, decline, but I was nice enough to tell him, hey, if I can make it, I'll try to go, right? So then I hit him up the next day. I was like, "Hey, I need to make an appointment with you." And then he's like, "Yeah, come. I'll, you know, let's set up for Wednesday. I'll fit you in." I was like, "All right, cool." So I hit him up Wednesday, and then he's like, "Wait, you want to come in today?" And then I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I'm busy." I was like, "Well, what about tomorrow?" So my question to you guys is, did I mess up by not accepting his invitation to his 50th birthday, and did he hold it against me and when I made my appointment?
Well, how many days apart did you ask him between this Wednesday?
No, so I
session?
asked. So his birthday was on a Saturday, right? And then I think it was, yeah, it was right. I think it was right. I'm trying to remember. I think it was the Saturday before Christmas, because it wasn't this Saturday, this past Saturday. And then I asked them to after Christmas, because that's when I was done with everything at work, and then we had a couple of days off here where we weren't doing that many things. So Wednesday would have been perfectly, because it was right before House of Horns when we needed to do House of Horns. So he invited me. Like, I hit him up, I think, like Thursday or Friday before, and then he told me, "Hey, come by on Saturday. I'm doing something for my 50th." And then he's like, and then I hit him up like the next day or that same day. I told him, "Hey, is it cool?" Because that's how he invited me. Because I asked him, "Hey, can I book an appointment for next Wednesday?" Because then I knew that I wasn't going to be busy anymore, not as busy as I've been. So, what do you
Yeah,
guys
bro.
think?
Just as a rule of thought, haven't you seen the meme where it's like the guy shaking as he's drinking, and it's like me listening to my barber, not trying to contradict the worst football takes I've ever heard. Yeah, like I'll tell you one thing, my
They have
barber
the
and I,
power, man.
yeah, we always talk about, like, I'm very particular about my hair, right? Even though I wear a lot of hats and everything else, I'm very
Same.
particular about my hair. Like, I've been going to this barber for like over 10 years, I think. It's been a while. And I literally have not gone to anybody else. That's the only thing I'm worried about if I ever move. How the hell am I get my hair cut? But that's a different story.
You're not moving.
But with my barber, we always talk about movies, right? And anytime she brings up a film I don't like, I'm just like,
Is she?
that's interesting. Yeah, bro.
Nice.
Yes, to she. Why is there
Okay.
doubt? I will tell everyone
Usually
right.
a barber is a man, but okay. Cool.
I am right now on the
I've
record.
seen
I am
videos
the
of
most-
the women.
I am the most open-minded person you'll ever meet. Believe that.
All
Believe
right,
that.
good for
That's
you.
a
Good
fact.
for you.
Anyway, so whenever we talk about films I don't like that she does, I'm always like, not a huge fan, but I see what you're saying. And da, 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 da. I'm always careful, bro. I can't get a nasty cut because someone's pissed at me. I can't do it.
So when you go home and tell Fernando, she had the stupidest take.
Never. I would never say that.
Let's hope your barber, Victor, and your barber do not listen to the show.
Yeah, for real. Speaking of which, thank you for reminding me. I have a haircut right now at like 8, so I gotta make sure I make that. I've been like forgetting all day.
And to answer
Melissa
your
will remind
question, to answer the question, Victor, I think it sounds like you gave him a week. But also it is New Year's Day week, so people want to have a nice haircut before that. So I think maybe
if not,
it was more
could
like
be one-on-one. It could just be a coincidence, but any person with a brain doesn't believe in coincidences because obviously things just line up. But when it comes to things like that, especially if it's not far from you, I would have just shown up for like an hour, 2 hours, and then boom, out. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least you showed your face. You ever need an idea of how to get out of a party early? Just watch Jim Halpert, not Jim Halpert. Oh no, yeah, Jim Halpert from what's it called? The Office.
The Office.
He details. He gives you a blueprint of how to get in, get an Irish goodbye, and get out of there.
Okay.
And real quick, guys, I actually recently broke up with my barber, but I never told him. So
You
yeah.
ghosted a barber? Wow.
well, he
When you said broke up, I was like,
well, I've been going to the guy for 17 years, so yeah, I think it requires a breakup name.
dude,
but,
your face right now, Dan.
The
I was
contract was terminated. I was like, when you said that, I was like, that's weird. Why would you announce you being single?
No,
like,
I broke
on
up
the
with my
pod? Like, okay.
barber. Yeah, that's okay.
You
Oh,
were
yeah,
on that.
the law
You were
firm
on
would
that.
not be
You were on
happy.
that Mike Tomlin streak.
He would have
Yeah,
a black
yeah.
eye right now if it would have been with the law firm.
Yeah, I will not
he had-
announce that,
He
but
had a bunch of cats.
What happened there?
well, one, he raised his prices. I'm okay, cool, whatever. But I've been driving to Pasadena. I don't live in Pasadena anymore, so it's kind of a pain in the ass to get there. And then I always went through the awkward thing. How will I tell this guy that I want to go see somebody else? I could never like get the courage to do it. And so he finally gave me an out. He canceled an appointment on me maybe like 2 days before. He had to go to Mexico or something. I'm like, cool, finally. I could go to a different barber now because I needed that haircut. It might have been for your wedding, Victor. I forget. So I'm like, can't miss it. So I got to go to somebody else. And then I'm like, oh, it's not bad. This guy actually knows what he's doing. I actually like how it's only like down the street. They actually have an app where I can actually like apply for like do it.
Is it
an appointment?
What's the app called?
I don't know, some barbershop one. And it's like,
Oh,
you know, with your guy, you got to call him or text him with the old one.
Yeah, that does sound clutch. Yeah.
And then I was like,
there was an app that I used when I was in Indiana for my barber, and
something similar.
yeah,
I forget what
Or
it's called.
Midwestern connoisseur, anything the Midwest from house got you, dude.
He's over there saying you can't leave, but he left for a bit. But
Exactly.
you found a good barber. Actually, it worked out for you. You had a whole story there for Notre Dame. But and real quick,
and you know Notre Dame now flies him everywhere.
really on the road.
Notre Dame flies him. Yeah,
Maybe.
Julio.
If you ever go back to Indiana, you know where to go. But Dan, I'm just saying, take a leap. You never know, you might like it.
You know
Again,
we should. You know we should do when we go to the combine. We should get Julio to come down and cut us both. And I'm telling you, Julio does a great job.
Oh, yeah,
Cut who both? You and him? Yeah, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah. But yeah, Vic. I mean, I'd give it one more chance. It's literally a barber's like a relationship.
One more chance.
I'd give it one more chance, and yeah, if he's butthurt, then all right, bro. Like later.
Ew, my ears don't want to hear that. I hate that term.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It sounds so like.
You said butthurt.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that term. I've always hated that term. Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever.
My ears.
All right, Gilbert. What did you have to ask Dan?
Oh, I just wanted to know how Monday Night Raw went for you guys. And
bro, it was cool, right?
Time.
Everything was pretty cool. Although I'm not even gonna lie, at one point towards the end of the show, I turned over, I saw Fernando in tears, and I was like, Fernando, what's wrong? And he's like, he didn't come out. He missed his favorite superstar. He wanted to hear the electrifying voice of the megastar. He wanted to hear him say, with everybody saying it, let them know who runs this show. L.A. Knight. Yeah. That's what he wanted to hear. He was so upset.
What happened to that guy anyways?
He could have put him. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. He hasn't been relevant since CM Punk came back to WWE.
By far, the two coolest moments of the night, honestly. I've seen all the videos, and obviously you hear it on TV. The coolest thing was to be able, and then I'll give you my third favorite. The coolest thing to be able to be a part of is, when Cody Rhodes comes out and he goes whoa, and you're finally a part of it and you're screaming with them. Or actually four things, right? That was one of my favorite parts. Then obviously, like when Seth Rollins comes out and he's doing his thing and everybody's going, whoa, like that was so sick. I was telling my mom, like, the thing you have to understand is that this is the only sport really on this side of the pond where it's interactive. Like football, you go to a game, it's not like soccer. There's no singing, there's no dancing, or not dancing. There's no singing, there's no cheering. Like, well, there's cheering, but like not chants is what I'm saying. And like in WWE, you got all that. It's like the perfect mix without having to watch soccer or whatever. And so that was awesome. Yeah, I know you like that. That was awesome. My other favorite part, I got to see Mommy live, dude. I love Rhea Ripley. Like that was the one, I kid you not, I was most excited to see her and Dom, because I love Dom, even though, of course, I told Fernando as soon as he came out, like, I like him, but we have to boo the shit out of him now. Like, it's you have to do it.
That's
You
a
know,
compliment.
that was the 2 times I was probably the loudest when Rhea Ripley was out there. And then when Dom got the mic, like, I even stood up and I was like almost losing my voice booing. Like, I was trying to boo as hard as I could. Yeah.
You want to talk about who?
Dude, I think the best part, honestly, too, is that they really treated this like a pay-per-view, and we got pay-per-view caliber matches and everything else. You know, even that segment with The Miz and R-Truth, absolutely hilarious, absolutely epic. Like, that's why, I kid you not, I hate when people are like, well, wrestling's fake and da-da-da-da. Like, bro, it's a drama. It's a work of art. Like, it's not easy to do those things. They are athletic and everything else, but, you know, it's an art form in my mind. So I absolutely love it. Like, that's probably one of the best sports to go see live. It's super awesome. We had a blast, though.
I went to WrestleMania, obviously, as you know, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But I was in a press box, and I saw the pictures that you guys were like really close. I can't imagine how fun that was.
Oh yeah, dude. Because I mean, you're in it. You're dude. I was pissing off the guy in front because I'm not a huge Rock guy by any stretch of the word. I was like, what the hell was Stone Cold tied up at the ranch? What the hell? Why couldn't we get him? But I was pissing off the guy in front because when he said the thing about sitting at the head of the table, I'm like, my tribal chief is gonna kick the dog shit out of this guy. It's not even gonna be easy. It's not even gonna be hard.
So this is gonna be a WrestleMania thing or what?
At the head of the table.
Dude, so the guy in front of me was super pissed off. He started screaming like because he heard me say Roman's gonna dog walk him.
I love you too, San Diego.
I don't. I hate him. See, like, what other sports you get that immersion? You know what I mean? Like, but like, he was pissed that I said Roman Reigns is gonna dog walk him. I'm like, the tribal chiefs on the island of relevancy. Who the hell's The Rock? He started screaming, "F Roman Reigns!" Like, he was right in front of me. I was like, dude, that doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't care. But
like, there's no fight. Like in there, it's like they're not gonna fight. Like, it's all.
No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, like it's all.
Chill.
Yeah, how surprised were you guys though? That was he supposed to be? Was he announced like
The Rock? No. So
there was a rumor.
Triple H last Friday announced that a former champion was going to be there, and Jinder Mahal came out. Like, they're like, here is the former WWE champion, and it was Jinder Mahal, and he starts shitting on the U.S. and he's like, the U.S. sucks, and he's like, the Iron Sheik said it right. The U.S. is the worst country. This place is trash. And all of a sudden, The Rock's music hits, and like the whole place goes ballistic. I actually have video of Dan's reaction when The Rock comes out. Here it is.
This guy stinks.
This is Dan when The Rock comes out.
Yeah, that is a big lie.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Pause on accident.
This is Dan.
Yeah, that's a big lie. She knew the camera was on her. Let's be real. She's over here posing.
I'm sure she got a heads up, but who knows?
Yeah. No. I saw the bastard right in front of her. Like, he had the little, tripod or whatever. He's like, let me film her and all this. I'm like,
that's dude. Ricochet's wife, actually. She is.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. She's a good announcer and everything too, but who cares about The Rock? The Rock reminds me of one of your drunk uncles who thinks he can still take on the younger kids, and then he's just gassed at the end of it. Like, if you notice at the end of his spiel, he was like, if you smell.
Well, obviously he's not the same anymore, but at least he got to experience that for once.
For his wrist, I was like, "Where's his notes? Where's his notes, dude?"
He's Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
Exactly.
But honestly, though, like the coolest part was, and this is why WWE is kind of different than everything. Like whenever you take somebody who doesn't know about it to a football game or basketball or soccer. Well, what's offsides? Well, what's going on? Well, why is this happening? Well, why is that happening? Well, we took our mom to wrestling. My mom's never watched wrestling. Like I told you on the live, Gilbert, like my mom always, when we were growing up, she hated that we watched it.
Yeah.
Why? Because Dan and I, and even Melissa, like we would go to family parties, and in jumpers we would throw each other off
Yeah.
it. We would do
Started
wrestling moves.
wrestling.
We would be in the middle of the family room. We'd throw each other off of stuff. We do the crazy stuff like that. She
the
would hate that
pillows
we would
down.
stay up late and watch it, like all that stuff. So we took her yesterday to the event, and she was like into it, like she was jumping up, celebrating.
When
like
the Miz
she was
came
having-
out, my
dude,
God.
like
In the
she was
Miz's match, she didn't
Yeah.
sit at all. She started screaming, "Get him, Miz! Get him!" Going
Like-
ballistic, dude.
it was just like stuff that we were just like amazed with, because like I said, like my mom was just not like I said, like she did not really ever care about wrestling or any of that. I mean, yeah, like growing up, like she's gonna care about stuff because we care about it, but like she was never gonna be like, oh yeah, like I like this or whatever. Like it was just crazy to see. Like
And the
I
funniest
think,
part too is when we told the family on New Year's Eve or whatever that we were going, we had someone say, "Aunque fueran gratis, no iría a la lucha libre." And I was like, wow,
Oh, what?
that's exactly the type of people you don't invite to these things. Oh yeah. She was hyped. She was hyped to see the Miz.
Pretty cool.
yeah, like
Yeah,
she
the
was
Miz
re-
is awesome, dude. The Miz
like
is
she was just
awesome.
really excited. No, and I mean Gilbert met him at WrestleMania, like when
Yeah,
we were doing
works
that
hard,
last
man.
WrestleMania. So he was really cool. But like that's what I mean. Like that's what wrestling is. Like I don't know if Megan or the law firm watches wrestling, but like if you guys took them, like it would be like I'm sure they'd pick
like
on it
it.
really quick because of the action and because of what.
Yeah,
they
the
say.
only thing you miss really is little storylines.
The
Like, that-
storylines,
that's
but
how
other
about
than that,
it.
like you know who you like, you kind of feel the energy from the crowd and all. And it's not like a football game where like say that Vic likes The Rock and like Dan likes Stone Cold Steve Austin, like they're not gonna fight about it. Like
No.
they're gonna be like they're gonna respect each other's.
I don't even
like,
fight at
views.
football games. I've had morons around me at all these games, and I don't.
No,
fight
but
about
you
it.
know
Yeah,
you
like-
get like you've seen those videos where drunk people always
Oh,
fight
yeah,
at like
yeah.
Raider and Charger
Yeah.
fans or this or
You
that.
don't
Like
get that at wrestling.
in wrestling, you really the only thing is one guy was running around and he was doing stupid shit and they arrested him and they like took him out and
Bro,
stuff.
the second dark match wasn't even over yet, and
Yeah,
this
and
guy
they
was
had already
getting
arrested
tossed. Like,
him.
bro, the
Yeah.
event hasn't even started. How are you already getting tossed?
And then
like,
Fluffy was there, so everybody
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
like the
Damn.
stadium gave him a standing ovation. And then what's her name? Aaliyah Mysterio, she was there, and
shut
people
up,
were like,
shut up.
people were like saying hi to her and everything. She was really nice to people and everything. So yeah, it was
Very
a fun event.
nice.
You guys.
And you guys
You
had some
guys
good
did-
seats too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
no,
was
we were
sick,
we were
dude.
really lucky. So, and I mean, it was funny. I was working, but at the same time, because like I said on the live, like I'm writing. Well, by the time this airs, it'll be out. But I did write a story about Dominic Mysterio, so everybody check it out. It's a cool story that I put together about why he is the biggest. After the year that he just had, he is the biggest heel in WWE. So I was able to talk to him, and he was awesome. So make sure you guys all go check that out. But all right, let's move on now to some NFL talk. I don't know if you guys saw Detroit is really taking what happened last weekend to the extreme. These are some of the billboards around Detroit right now.
That's hilarious.
Decker reported.
You know what that reminds me of, Frown? No
what?
era penal.
Oh,
No era penal.
exactly. Just what's your guys' feelings on this? Are they taking it too far? Is it justified? I mean, Vic
No, of
even
course.
texted in our group chat like this win might have catapulted the Lions to the first seed
Yeah.
with this win. So I mean, Vic, why don't you start it off? Is this too much or what do you think? Let me take this off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with the Lions for feeling that way. I mean, just going off of what we've been talking about the fact that that he reported and they went, even in the post game show that the post game presser, you had Dan Campbell say like we went through this with the referees, and so I don't understand why he missed what was said, and then now you have a bunch of back and forth. But in terms of what this cost, it cost the Lions perhaps the number one seed, especially with the Eagles losing to the Cardinals, and all they needed was the 49ers to lose one more game against either the Commanders or the Rams, which could happen. You know,
They would have put pressure on the Rams or on the 49ers for this
to
week.
play their guys in week 18. So if anything, it probably cost them as well the number 2 seed at this point. So now they're going to have to go on the road in the divisional round if they beat whoever they face in the wild card round. So there's a lot of ramifications because of this. And now, you know, I understand why the Lions are upset. I mean, look, yes, you know, they're a great story because now, you know, they've clinched the division for the first time in 30 years. But at the same time, I mean, for this to happen, and now you have Brad Allen's crew, they're going to get the spotlight on national TV again in that Steelers-Ravens game. So I mean, and now, I mean, I'm sure you'll cover this, Fernando, in terms of what the NFL has said now. I mean, it just gets worse and worse, guys.
Dan?
I think, yeah, I understand this sucks. I mean, we all know it's horse manure and everything else. But I think if I'm Dan Campbell, I see this as a positive for 2 different reasons. I think, number one, this is the perfect time because, you know, towards the end of the year, it's always kind of tough, you know, where you can find what are you going to tell the team to motivate them to really take that next step. And this is one thing I would tell them right away. Like, it's Detroit against everybody. They don't want us to win, clearly, because what transpired and everything else. But now what we have to do as a team is understand we cannot and this is what I tell the guys all the time, you cannot leave it in the hands of the official to win games. And what do I mean by that? In the sense of close games or making things questionable, you know, you can't leave it in the hands of the official. And even though he did check in and everything else, you know, whatever, the guy was confused or whatever because it was 3 of them. It is what it is at this point. You got to put it behind you. But that's what I would be trying to tell them right now. It's us against everybody. That's perfect that we get to go on the road because now we get to play the villain like we want to, and we're going to spoil some homecomings and some home games, and we're going to get booed out of the stadium in the playoffs because we won a road playoff game. And in my mind, that is the perfect way to get that grit like Dan Campbell wants, and make sure hopefully they can make a deep playoff run because, again, this is one of the teams I think is a quarterback away really from making some noise and some damage. Not a huge Jared Goff guy. I know I've taken flack from that in the past, but, you know, between him and Tua, they do a lot of stupid things for me that piss me off that turn into turnovers. Like Tua locks in on receivers, and that bothers me. And I feel like
leave it at Jared Goff. You got to throw in Tua in there, Dan.
Well, of course, it's both ways right now. Like these.
Who do you think hates you more, Dolphins fans or Lions fans?
I think the Dolphins
or Ravens fans.
Ravens fans also.
Who cares? They're all. I'm gonna tell them this. Like I told Fernando while you guys were live, roll the tape. I don't lie. Roll the tape. Like I can't believe, seriously, Jared Goff being a 10+ year vet or whatever, you know, when he throws an out route, he still throws behind and soft. Like, of course it's going to get picked off. And then that happens in crunch time. Like, yeah, I understand he had the great
conversion.
He had the great drive. Oh, that was another one. Apparently he can't throw an out route to save his life. Like, I don't understand what's going on there. But, you know, I understand he has moments of brilliance, but it's not enough for me. Like, I need someone with a little more oomph. Again, put the son of Odin on any of those 2 teams I just mentioned. They're going undefeated. They're winning the Super Bowl. Find his ass at Disney World. You know, it is what it is. Those are just facts. But yeah, that I think you need to look at it as a positive. It is what it is. And you need to really, you know, I would have already started printing out, you know, Detroit against everybody, whatever you want. Shirts, merch, whatever for the players, the coaches, everybody in the building, and also for the fans, because I think what you have to do that now is see it as, you know, you have to make, you know, got to make something out of shit. So
there you go.
Might as well turn it into some brownies or whatever else. Use it to your advantage. That's the thing you have to do. Chaos always presents an opportunity. Which one do you want to take?
Are you a Mahomie?
Not at all. Not at all. I cannot stand
Tony Romo's at that.
I see. Yeah,
he called himself a homie.
Yeah,
I see the stupid picture of those 4 idiots, the 4 most useless people on the planet, on New Year's Eve.
I think out of those 4, I think you like Travis Kelce the most.
He's
right.
starting to.
Are you trying to mess with the guy?
He's like almost there, but no. But
I,
you know,
I,
they're-
I think I
I
think
was trying to
Fernando
hate
was,
them more than the Kardashians, and I think that says a lot, dude. Like, I can't stand these guys.
I feel like Fernando was close to a bingo on the Dan Mingo card on a response because he praised Dan Campbell, shared on Tua, or I can't say sorry, mentioned Justin Herbert, and then crapped on Tony Romo. Bingo. So
I didn't even mention. I didn't mention Herbert. He did.
Tony
you
Romo.
were one away, and it was Tony
Yeah.
Romo.
That was
We
a
should
free
we
spread.
should make
That
it
was
for
a free
Radio
spread.
Row. We should
Tony
make Dan
Romo-
bingo card for Radio
Tony
Yeah.
Row.
Romo is the worst, and I can't believe he's going to be calling this.
By
Super
the
Bowl.
way, at radio, like, should we go up to the CBS thing and like get like have Dan interview Tony Romo?
That'd be awesome. Like you'll lead the interview for sure. Like, what's
Hey,
your deal,
Tony,
man,
first
with
question.
Mahomes?
First
Are you a
question,
Mahomie?
Tony. When you're in Kansas City, where do you take Mahomes out for a candlelit dinner? Because you guys seem very intimate. You know, I'm not going to ask private details, but where do you guys like to go? What do you guys like to do when you're together? It's
All right,
unbelievable.
Gilbert, do you think it's too far for not what Dan's saying, but what
Yeah.
what
It's not
Detroit's
far
doing?
enough. Tony Romo's the worst.
No, I don't think it's too far for the fans to have fun with it and Decker reported, but going off of what Dan said, like, roll the tape, I don't lie. Like, yeah, that's true. Maybe the Lions didn't lie about reporting, but unfortunately we don't have the audio. It'd be nice to get the audio one day to see if they actually
Not
like
gonna do it.
verbally confirm, but maybe Jerry Jones paid somebody, you better burn that tape or whatever, or the NFL. So it's a he said situation, and like, okay, you're gonna probably believe what the official if you're the NFL. So you can't do anything about it. You got to move on, use motivation, as Dan mentioned. But I'm gonna be a little harsh on Dan Campbell, maybe not too much. But with the first try on the 2-point, no problem with that. That's who you are. Go and win that game. But the second one is like, dude, you were back to 5 yards and you're emotional. You're fired up. You're angry. How are you gonna ask your group to regroup and go for that 2-pointer?
Yeah.
Yes, I know Jared Goff he was atrocious that game. So shout out to you, Dan, for calling him out. He wasn't good. He was missing a lot of throws there, a couple of turnovers. But how do you go for it again? And then you go one more time. I get it. You got the offsides with Micah, but it's kind of like read the signs. It wasn't gonna meant to be. Go to overtime, and we could have avoided this mess here. He also went for a 4th and goal. They got stopped. So, but that's
By the
what I
way,
like about
Jameson
Dan.
Williams, one long catch, and that was
That's
that
who
was
he
it.
is. He always does that. He's like the one gadget that Ben Johnson can't figure out. But
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, I'm cool with the sign, and I'm cool with Dan being true to himself. This guy's a legit, genuine person, and he wants this team to win. But it wasn't meant to be. And we could complain about who got screwed, and they probably did. But we don't have the audio. What can we do?
Yeah.
And
I
to
agree,
your-
though. He did get a little greedy towards the end. I also would have just kicked
The
it.
NFL, it is a responsibility of the player to be sure that change in status is clearly communicated to the
true, yeah.
referee by both a physical signal and to report to the referee
Yep.
his intention to report as an eligible receiver.
They had the water
Uh,
boy on the field. There was like 8 guys on the field trying
Yeah.
to talk to the referee.
So
Like, what are we doing?
Of note, John Perry went on ESPN immediately after the game and not only told you exactly how the NFL would view the play, but
Oh.
also took it an important step further by pointing out where Brad Allen went wrong. Like it or not, John
No.
informed the audience immediately.
I did not like
accurately.
Carrey at all. He was just so biased to his buddies. But
Yeah,
whatever.
obviously.
Oh, what did he
So,
say?
I should change my burial of the week. I forgot about John
Yeah, to
Perry.
Perry. He was just trying to say, no, it doesn't matter. It's all about what the ref says. I'm like, okay, dude. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
obviously it's all about what the ref says. He's the one who controls the game. What an idiotic take right
I don't
there.
get why we hired these former officials. They're all buddies with them. They don't want to get burned or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it's worse.
yeah.
But whatever.
It's so stupid, dude. Like, what do you want him to do? Punch him in the face so you get their attention? Then you say, hey, 68's eligible. It's idiotic, dude. Like, but again, it just goes back to the same thing. Like, how is this $1 billion business or whatever, or trillion or whatever it is? We can't find shade for the friggin' players on the field without having poor equipment guys hold it up to look stupid. Then you can't get the right call on the field even with replay. Like, this is it's just ridiculous. I'm tired of half
Why
of
can't
this
we do
stuff.
a replay and just roll the audio? People are mic'd up down there. What the hell? Like, just
Yeah,
find
yeah.
out.
We
Did
know
it report
the
or what?
refs are mic'd up. Yeah, yeah. Because you
Yeah.
saw like what's his name, 70 or whoever the other guy was screaming, I didn't say an effing word and stuff like that. So I mean, that's why it would have been good. But it's stupid to me that he sees 3 guys. He's got to see one of them move their lips and say I'm eligible. Like, what was he looking at then? Like, he was even walking away from him, which was the weirdest part. Like, just weird.
Yeah.
I just picture the referee with his buddies at the end, like, okay, we're really
Drinking a
screwed
beer.
up here. Yeah, we're drinking a beer. We're screwed up here, but just keep lying and we'll be fine. Just keep sticking to your story that nobody
That's
said
right.
from
That's
68.
right.
And I was like, okay,
That's
cool, we
right.
got this. It
You
worked
know,
out.
Jerry Jones was probably at halftime. He went into the shower and he said, "You know what? I ain't gonna lose tonight when I done Jimmy
Jimmy
Johnson."
Johnson.
He said, "By God, I ain't gonna lose to no Lions out here. There's no Lions.
And honestly,
There's only Cowboys."
they saved McCarthy's,
Oh yeah,
because we
I
would have
totally
been
forgot about
roasting
the
him.
prior
That
drive. He was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he gave them the chance to come back and tie that game, and then Dan Campbell just was like, "I'm so mad that," and they were the better team in this game. Like, just take it to overtime.
Yeah,
Complete.
100%.
Usually when you're gassed, like I get it, you go for the two there, and you go for the win, kind of like what we saw with the Titans and the Dolphins. But in this situation, you were in full control of this game. Just go to overtime and beat them. Like, especially to your point, Gilbert. But
What I told Gilbert is I don't know if they trusted themselves against CeeDee Lamb, their defense against CeeDee Lamb, and maybe that was the reason. But I mean,
You
you could
gotta take
trust
the
that
chance,
pass
dude.
rush
You
in
gotta
a
take the
sense,
chance.
like. But
The
no,
other thing
I
is,
get it. I
the
get
other
it.
thing
But
is too, right? As a play caller, for the most part, from what we've seen and what we've heard, you have certain plays for certain things. And it's like now you're digging to your third or fourth best play for your 2-point conversion. Like, I don't like those odds. I would have just,
Yeah, good
especially when
point.
you could have tied it and go to overtime. Like, I would have just, after the first one, got screwed up. It got screwed up. It is what it is. Send in the kicking unit. Let's go to overtime. Let's kick their ass. Dude, that's what I would have kind of tried to get to.
all right, let's go now to the Week 17 NFL takeaways with Dan and Vic. Dan, for Jorge, what is your Week 17 college football / NFL takeaway?
I love I think
By the
Jim
way,
Harbaugh.
Jorge loves you.
Oh, really? Shout out to Jorge, dude.
Yeah.
Jorge's my boy. He's got good taste. Shout out to you, dude. But
He was waiting for the music. He was waiting for the glass to break.
oh yeah. Like I just think personally, I understand a lot of the hype behind Harbaugh and everything else. Mind you, I think it's warranted. And I was watching the Michigan Alabama game, and I'm like, this is exactly what the Chargers are missing. The thing about a Jim Harbaugh football team is they're physical. Like, you remember back to the San Francisco 49ers, they were a physical ass team. They wanted to run the football and they were going to come downhill on defense. And I think that's the way, obviously I'm not in those buildings, but that's the way I would want to build a team. The guys up front on both sides of the football, I think they're the most important thing. And I was thinking about that the other day. Like, for the past couple of years, the Chargers have not been a physical team. Like, you see guys getting bullied up front, offensive, defensively, a lot of inconsistency there. You'll have a few pass rushers get home, but I mean, it's not enough really to contend and be an actual contender. And, I think the Jim Harbaugh thing obviously makes sense because of all the ties, not only to San Diego, but to the Chargers themselves, like, played there and everything else. Oh, I said the SD word. Sorry. I can't say it. Sorry. The University of no, but I think it just makes a lot of sense. I understand the price tag is a lot. I understand he's going to tell a certain son, get out of my office. I don't want to talk to you. You're not running things anymore. But I think, in all honesty, you have nothing to lose. So why wouldn't you try and make a splash? Because again, this is my biggest takeaway right now, is that you've already kind of thrown away the window of his rookie contract. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. Moving forward now, how are you going to get the fans or people excited to go to these games? Because selling tickets and having a home crowd, in my mind, is the next most important thing you need to do coming into next season. I think a first-year head coach, coordinator, stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be enough until they see the product on the field. But I think you get a Jim Harbaugh, that's going to at least create enough excitement and buzz where they're hopefully going to pack the stadium and powder blues and everything else and get loud and everything else. So I think right now that's what you're missing. Like, everybody wants to complain that people sell tickets or whatever else. It's like, winning cures all, dude. There's no other way about it. You want to, fill out the stand, sell merch and everything else, win, dude. That's all it is.
Just win, baby.
Exactly. Shout out to Al Davis, dude.
Big, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna agree with Dan there. I mean, he's right on. I mean, look at what's going on in LA with the Rams, the the Lakers and the Dodgers. You're competing with that, and you get someone like Harbaugh in there. And already like there's been consensus from everything I've seen from Charger fans. They're all in. Like now, if you don't deliver, I mean, how is that gonna look? So you better
You saw the
deliver.
guy was at Disneyland, and I saw 4 videos of 4
Yeah.
different people shouting at his ass, like, "Come to the Chargers!" It's like,
Yeah.
damn, dude, like the guy can't even walk around. And then he has Uncle Joe Reedy asking him at a media thing.
Dude,
about
that
it,
was
so.
hilarious because he didn't even address it. He was just like, I'm just, we're gonna win the day.
Today's a good day to have a good day.
Yeah,
exactly. Did you? By the way, did you guys see the interview with his parents after the
No.
game?
No.
Oh, hold on, let me pull. Okay, go ahead, Vic. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say, like, just to continue on with this, because mine is pretty. Mine just has to do with the fact that the NFL got it right by adding that extra spot in the playoffs, the 7th seed. I mean, look at all the chaos that you're seeing right now with the seeds. You have 3. The AFC South has a 3-way tie atop the division, and then you see the NFC South. You don't know who's going to win that division, and then before last week, you had 24 teams still in playoff contention. Now, yeah, there is some mediocrity there, but at the same time, this is what you want as an NFL team. I mean, as a league, you want to. You named yourself a parity league, and there's a lot of parity in this league. It's good to see you either have teams that were 6 and 7 or 7 and 8 going into the week. So shout out to the NFL. You got this one right, and you did it for business purposes to be able to have ESPN add another game and stuff like that. But they got it right. I mean, we're all talking about it. Everybody still doesn't know who. You still. I mean, you have the possibility of the Bills being completely out of the playoffs, or they get the number 2 seed. So that's to the credit to the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, here we
Watch
go.
this. This is amazing.
Your son talks about the 2 of you all the time. He's talked
Oh,
about
looks like him.
this program for a long
Looks
time. How
exactly
do you put
like
into
him.
words your emotions right now?
Are you kidding me? They won! What's better than that?
And Natty.
A family that we used for a long time.
Wow.
It goes like this. Who's got it better than us?
Nobody.
During these games, were you on the edge of your seat throughout this one?
Well, of course, we were yelling and screaming. That's what
The
we're
biggest
supposed
play
to
in the
do.
game was right before the long drive. Jackie decided that we should switch seats.
Oh my goodness.
And I moved to her seat. She moved to mine, and this is the result that we get.
All right, you'll have to do that in the national championship at a certain time, maybe a little earlier in that game.
Yeah, for everybody's happiness.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations
Thank
to
you
you
so
guys.
much.
Congratulations.
He also said to Dad that he disagreed with the 4th down call, and I was like, "Well, that's why I'm not the coach."
But that's,
Dude, I
that's
saw a
awesome.
comment about that, and they're like, "You cannot convince me that this is not just Jim Harbaugh dressed as an older man,
I
like
know, right?
that they look
Yeah.
like such twins."
Yeah, he looks
I-
more like Jim than John for sure.
I
Yeah.
wonder if John's gonna be there next Monday.
I think he will.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be the.
Don't they
really
play on
interesting
Sunday?
part. They play on Sunday, but then
Yeah.
it's like getting ready for. Oh, but they
Well,
have
actually,
the.
yeah,
They have a bye
They have
week.
the bye
Yeah,
week.
you have
Yeah,
it
yeah,
off.
You can
Right.
do it. I
Yeah.
was gonna say
Yeah.
take off before the playoffs.
Yeah,
Come on.
obviously he's going to be there.
That's
Even
gonna be
if
sick.
they played in week 1, that you would go to practice. Where's
Yeah.
the game at? It's in the South anyway, I think, isn't it?
It's in Houston.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, he
Quick
could probably
little
jet it
private
there.
jet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he has a
private
week
jet.
off, so it's not even a problem. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, that'll be
yeah.
interesting. All
Even
right,
if he
let's
had
go.
a game, he'd probably go. I
Yeah,
would.
Let's go now to Compas NFL Power Rankings. Vic,
we
why don't
go.
you start us off?
All right, mine is 1 Ravens, 2 49ers. I put the Browns number 3 after what they did to to the Jets. I have the Bills number 4, and I have 5 the Lions.
I went Ravens, Browns, 49ers, Bills, and Rams. Gilbert, go ahead.
Yeah, so we all had the same 4 teams, and everybody had one different team at the bottom. But I ruined it because I put the Chiefs number 4. Dan, you're gonna hate that. So I got the Ravens number 1, the 2 49ers, 3 Browns, 4 Chiefs, 5 Bills. And let me explain myself.
Get them, Dan. Get them.
The Lions have no defense, man. I can't trust the no defense, and I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. So we only have like one. Well, you get the Rams, Fernando, but the Rams are too young for me. They can't even close games or stop people down the field. They're gonna be good, but not number 5 good. I feel like, but I'm a negative person. Whatever. People in House of Horns hate me.
No, hey, I said the same thing, but they keep on winning.
Yeah, I know. But to me, it's like, okay, they still have a good defense. They still have Mahomes. They have Andy Reid. They didn't fear. Like
there it
the
is.
The AFC is not great. Like, so they're good, but the 49ers like have a bunch of teams that can't defend. The Eagles can't defend for crap. The Lions can't defend. The Cowboys can't stop the run. Am I gonna trust the Cowboys? No. So I put the 49ers. But then I don't trust the Bills either. They've never gone far. At least the Chiefs have, and the Bills just barely beat the Patriots and barely beat the Chargers. I can't do it, so I came to the Chiefs. Sorry.
He goes back to Old Faithful. I don't roll the tape, guy.
Well, who will be your top 5?
He said he thinks they're going to be one and done in the playoffs.
I think, and I don't even like the Bills either.
Yeah. The Chiefs have not looked good. You're telling me you can't find another team?
But he said he thinks the Chiefs are going to be one and done in the playoffs. So to his credit,
but because the Eagles got lucky and going to draw the freaking box are the same. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
and the number 5 team in our thing here is Curse.
They always lose. There you go.
The Chiefs are ass. They're ass this year. I'm not even convinced.
Well, can I get Dan real quick on this top 5 when we consensus here? We're all agreed on the top 5, kinda.
Yeah, that's fine. I like what the Rams are doing more, but that's fine.
Okay. So that was your only flip there.
Yeah, like I just seriously, like, I understand what you're saying in the sense of, putting on my neutral hat. I understand you're going off of history and you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Totally understand it. I just don't think they've done anything this year where I'm like, oh yeah, like I don't even think there's been like a glimpse. I just don't. I'm not convinced. It's the same thing I say about the Ravens. I'm not convinced. I still think they're going to get knocked out in the playoffs, but we'll see. In my mind, with the Chiefs, you stop Kelsey and you get a little pressure. I don't think they're going to win games. Like, I don't think they're going to win a playoff game, but that's just me. Of course, I don't have the whole list in front of me to where I could do a 5, but I just don't think they're top 5. And if they're top 5, then it's a down league year is what we're seeing.
To see the biggest homie say that is saddening.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
I know.
You better be careful. Your picture back there with Jackson Mahomes is going to leak out real soon.
Get out of here.
I was just gonna say, I know we gotta move on, but one of the things that's been kind of just bad to see is like the excuses people are making for this team why things are bad with the Chiefs. And I'm just like, look, it happens. They're just, you can't continue to be good all the time. And it's just they need to get more talent around Mahomes. And I go back to what Dan keeps saying, like, hey, you're the one you guys are the ones that decided to pay him. And now, this is the consequences. And now, instead of blaming Mahomes and Andy Reid, everybody's blaming the GM. And I'm just like, look, he's done all he can. There's only so much you can do. You just take it to, hey.
But now it's like
they wanted Tony. They wanted Kadarius Toney. You could have get somebody else.
Yeah. But now it's like you have to do new tackles. You need new receiver. Like, it's a lot. Like, this is a lot more.
Why didn't you pay Orlando Brown Jr.? You go get Donovan Smith. That's a GM too.
Yeah, that I agree with.
The other guy, the false start guy,
Jawan Taylor.
Donovan Smith or Jawan Taylor.
Got him too. It's not like they had nothing. They couldn't do anything because of the contract.
Yeah.
It's Mahomes.
Right.
You got to pay the guy. But anyway,
let's go with our week 18 pick. Last week, I went 1-4. Vic went 3-2. Gilbert went 2-3. Dan went 1-4.
Okay. I take the lead again.
No, you're all tied at the basement there. 38.
Yeah, I'm at 46.
I have the tiebreaker.
43 and 37. Y'all are tied at 30 and 42.
We can't put it in a tie, Dan. We got to disagree here.
All right, let's do this. Let's start off here. Jets at Patriots. I'm going to go with the Patriots. Gilbert?
Jets at Patriots?
Yeah.
Crap. Give me the Patriots.
Vic?
Just because I kind of want to go and catch up to Fernando, I'm going to go different here. I'm going to go with the Jets.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the last week anyway. Who cares? Yeah, it's at Patriots now? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're going to show out for Bills last game probably.
Yeah, last game maybe.
Bears at Packers. Give me the Packers. Dan,
Give me the Bears. I hate LaFleur.
Vic, did you really think he was gonna go with the freaking?
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to go.
You went with
I
the
wanted to go
Bears.
Bears.
You went with
Yeah.
the Bears,
Yeah.
Fernando.
No, I
Oh.
went with the Packers.
Okay, give me the Bears.
Yeah, he's
Then
got to
Gilbert?
catch up. Yeah.
I'm trying to compete here, so I'm going with the Packers.
Broncos at Raiders. Give me the Raiders. Dan,
Give me Stidham and the Broncos on the road.
Gilbert,
Perfect. Give me the Raiders.
Vic.
Yeah. This one's a hard one. You know
I
what?
can't believe
Give
you went
me
with
the
Broncos.
Raiders.
I can't believe you went with the Broncos.
They can't throw the football. They're going to be fine.
Gonna cost you the basement right here. Watch.
not worried about it.
Texans at Colts.
If we look at our,
I've been saying it. I'm gonna keep on going with it. I'll go Colts.
if we look at our take sheet, I'm
Dan.
100 miles ahead of you. I'm in freaking Europe by now.
We're
dude.
not
I'm
counting
gone.
that though.
Dan,
What is it? Texans and Colts?
yeah,
Is it at Colts?
yes.
Yeah, give me the Colts. Give me the handlebar hero.
Gilbert,
I'm sticking with CJ Stroud. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Texans here. I like what I saw against the Titans.
Bills at Dolphins. Holy crap. I just think it's too much to overcome. Give me the Bills. Gilbert's gonna go Bills.
Yeah.
Dan,
Ugh. I think this one I'm gonna have to take the Bills. I just don't think Tua has much to offer, especially after last week. He can't. There's no comeback magic for him. Give me the Bills. This is the only game we're the same anyway, so it doesn't matter.
The Patriots one, but you got 3 disagreements, so we're gonna have a win.
Yeah. See, it's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Vic,
Yeah. I was gonna say last week we all picked the same team, but it wasn't. Actually, Dan picked the Colts, so he got that one right. We're that Raiders game. So give me the Bills. We're all gonna be on the same team here.
All right. All right. Let's go now to Dan and Dago and see what he's got cooking up for us.
I know what you're saying now. You see me again. You're saying, hello, Dan and Dago, my old friend. Well, it's good to see you all again. And let me tell you something. It is getting into that season, hoodie season. We all love hoodies, right? Shout out to hoodie season. Not only is right now the time where you're starting to get your pumpkin spice lattes and all that other crap, but let me tell you something better that'll keep you warm. Shout out to Compas on the Beat. We got hoodies over here. Go check them out. I kid you not. You know me. Dan and Dago is always a truth teller. I kid you not. You can get that hoodie, put it on out of the package. It's going to be comfortable. I kid you not. One of my favorite hoodies that I own. Absolutely love it. I love that now we're getting into the hoodie season again. So that way I don't look like a maniac wearing a hoodie in 80-degree weather or whatever. Check it out. CertifiedCompas.shop. Go over there, order a hoodie. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong. Black Friday's coming up. Colder weather's coming up. Christmas is coming up. Hell, for Halloween, I don't know. You want to dress up like your Compas? Shout out to all you. Go and get it. Go and do it. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Absolutely, you will not regret that purchase. So once again, go to CertifiedCompas.shop. You will not regret the hoodie. And real quick, don't forget, check out our other shows. We got a little House of Horns. We got a little What's Up Bolts. We got a little regular Compas on the Beat. We got a little combat Compas for everybody who loves fighting. And if you love everything, the champions, be sure to check out Compas FC over there. The lads have got you covered. But anyway, let's just get back to the program.
Thank you so much for that, Dan. All right, everybody, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. Burial of the
Your brother! He's alive, Undertaker!
Kane's alive.
Kane lives!
All right, I'm going to start this one off. Again, I ain't trying to get political, but I found this hilarious. So Aaron Rodgers went on the Pat McAfee show.
nervous.
Oh,
Roberto's
nice.
nervous.
You're like setting me up here. Go ahead.
And he said that Jimmy Kimmel's gonna be on an Epstein's list, whatever the hell. And Jimmy Kimmel responded that he's never flown on it, whatever. It's the back end that pisses me off. He's like, keep it up and we'll debate the facts further in court. Okay,
you're
that
gonna sue him?
pisses me off. Why? Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel said that. Why does that piss me off? Because of when I was a kid, I used to watch this show, and this show taught me a thing or two about how things are handled. So again, I'm gonna make a mockery out of this. Yeah, I don't care. This is the way things are handled.
Daddy.
Hey, Hillary, don't worry about it. It's all settled, sweetheart. Will, I'll see you in court.
Court, huh? There's a ball in the hoop out back. We can go now, sucker.
I can remember this scene. That's pretty good.
Honestly, I didn't want to. I just saw the court part, and I'm like, come on, let's handle this outside. Let's keep go handle it outside.
Who would you take in a fight? The Kilowaska doing Aaron Rodgers, or
you know what's funny? I've seen what's his name said that he did ayahuasca too. Shoot. There was a boxer that just came out and said he did ayahuasca.
You got the retreat? I forgot the name of it. The Rogers retreat?
Yeah. Somebody just said that or an MMA fighter. Somebody had just won. It was a UFC guy. He just won it. Who just won their championship back or won it? Leon Edwards.
Oh,
Leon Edwards said he did ayahuasca, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
I think he was the one that said that. He reached out to Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Rodgers recommended it. And like, I guess like Jordan Poyer also said that he did ayahuasca. Like, there's like supposedly multiple athletes that have said that they've done ayahuasca, which I'm telling you right now, I could never do any of that. I hate throwing up, and like I hate having diarrhea. So like I could never do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
You're not gonna go to one of those little places and just hide. And
I would rather do the darkness retreat because I could just fall asleep for 3 days. But
that's the one. Which one is this one? Then I thought the
ayahuasca.
retreat.
No, ayahuasca. You go to like Peru and stuff, and
You're like a
you throw
hut.
up for 3 days, and then you shit yourself for 3 days.
yeah, it's a
You cleanse your
detox.
body. That's all you
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You drink this magical thing, and like you just crap.
It's
yourself
magical.
and
You hear that?
throw up.
Now said it's magical.
Right.
There's sparkles
But
and
again-
elves.
Con la bruja or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I just did that just because like I
La
thought it was,
Llorona.
the end of it was funny. You keep on talking, we're gonna see each other in court, and I'm like,
Yeah, I could do neither. I'll say that.
you can catch up on your sleep.
Just be in the dark for how long again?
3
3
days.
days, I think, and you can quit at any point.
But can you eat? Can you
No,
like?
Yeah. So they give you they open up a little hole.
Yeah.
Pause. And then they put the tray and you can.
Well, it depends on the food selection. If it's a good meal, then I could do it.
No, I was about to
one's
say,
like-
if I'm in there for
This
3
one's like a
days,
gourmet steak and shit. Gordon Ramsay, like,
Yeah.
hey, you little shit, here's your food.
If I'm getting crab, then no, I can't do
if
Crab
I'm-
or crap?
it. Crap,
Oh.
crappy. I can't do it for 3 days.
if I'm in there for 3 days, I want some damn snacks and everything else. I want a little
Yeah.
fridge in there or something.
It's not freaking.
And no technology, right? Can I read a book?
Cool.
Can I read
No,
a
it's in
book
the
in front of a
dark,
candle?
dummy. Oh, man,
Oh,
no.
you're in total darkness.
I can't even bring an iPod. I can listen to music or some crap.
It's
Or...
cool.
Okay. All right, it's a little tough. All right, whatever.
All right.
Let me.
know
I'll go to Mike because this has to do with it too. So, he said that we have to give our vaccination status, and we're gonna talk about.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Okay,
That
so
was awesome.
I'm double
That was-
vax, and I've been boosted 3 times, I think. So I'm gonna talk about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets here, and this has to do with the fact.
Oh, that's what Fitzpatrick said, right?
Yeah,
I think I'm
yeah.
vaxxed once,
Yeah.
boosted once. That's it.
Yeah. So if you want to hear what somebody going on Aaron Rodgers, go listen to Nick Wright. He did a great job doing that. I'm not gonna go. For me is like, if you're the New York Jets, you're gonna do this again with Aaron Rodgers. You know what you're getting yourself into. I kind of feel bad for Robert Saleh and that GM right now because look, you got the vote of confidence supposedly from Woody Johnson, the owner. And that usually doesn't bode well for you. So if I'm Robert Saleh and that GM, I try to leave town as soon as possible because, look, that offensive line is pretty bad. That was part of the reason why I was not a believer in the New York Jets. I said, who the hell is going to protect Aaron Rodgers? And, that offensive line broke down. Also, that field is terrible to play on. Whether it's when I was kind of doing research on the Giants getting ready for that Rams and Giants matchup, like people keep complaining about that turf and how bad it is at the Meadowlands, and these teams continue to just go down, both the Jets and the Giants. And it just goes back to, like, I feel bad for the Jets just in terms of that franchise. Like, I get it. COVID happened, and you were stuck with having a draft. A bad quarterback. You went with the MILF Hunter, with the Hunter there, and I get that. I understand that, but like teams get so desperate for the quarterback, and this goes to what Dan has been saying. Like, try to find your quarterback somehow. I get it, but then you got so desperate, and now you have the Green Bay Packers on the brink of making the playoffs without Aaron Rodgers. That GM hit on all his draft picks. I get, like, Dan doesn't like LaFleur, but I mean, that GM has done a great job, and look who looks good here. Like, it's the Green Bay Packers, because they finally got rid of their problem there. And I get it. Aaron Rodgers is getting paid a lot of money to go on the Pat McAfee show, and he has to make Browns with them. And so once he was gone after the 4 plays in the season, the Jets were pretty much screwed. And now he's coming back next season, and I just and I get it. You didn't want to be on Hard Knocks, and it just made things worse for yourself. But I think I have to bury here the New York Jets. I think. I get it. You risked it all to get Aaron Rodgers, and now you're stuck. And you might have set your franchise back a couple of years. I mean, you guys brought it up in rapid fire. Like, yeah, you had a good draft pick and you had something good going with Robert Saleh, but it's turning out to be a bad thing. And I might be wrong. Who knows? The Jets might be in the playoffs next season, and I'll say, I was wrong about it. But as of right now, the way things look with that offensive line, I just think the New York Jets are going to just be set back for a couple years.
I would mortgage and jump up for that Joe Alt, come up and grab him.
I was going to make a point. Get offensive lineman, get a bunch, and you better open up the checkbook for either Gardner Minshew, Jake Browning, or Joe Flacco. Get a freaking real backup in case this guy gets hurt. That's it.
Yeah. No, and remember, that's where Nick Bosa got hurt when he tore his ACL. Who was the dipshit that asked Joey about it that night?
I don't remember.
It was a morning game, and the Chargers played at 1:25, and somebody asked him about it. I remember who it was, boss. Chief, I remember who it was, and he got pissed off at him. But all right. Gilbert, go ahead.
Yeah, I won't take too long, but David Tepper, stop losing your temper. I wanted to say that. That's it. But come on, dude. Like, I don't know. Yeah, like you're starting to become, like Dan Snyder, one of the worst owners in the NFL. And
Dan Snyder did some wild things, dude.
Okay, he's not gotten that far, but like since he's taken over the Panthers, miss after miss after miss, and just like the way he runs is like whatever hedge fund, like he's trying to do it in the NFL, like no nonsense, or it's my way. I'm the smart guy here. I got a lot of money, and then I'll screw you over every single type of way you try to screw me over. He's like this very vindictive guy, and then you throw the water at the fan to kind of confirm that you are a hot-headed kind of person who acts on impulse. Like, it's starting to become a bad job in Carolina. But I really want to see what happens. If this guy's able to land a big name hire, then money definitely does talk, because you're not going to pass up a massive check. And also, I get it. There's not a lot of jobs. There's 32 opportunities in the NFL, and you want to face your dream, you got to do it. But it's starting to get to a point like you're costing yourself a lot of money because you got to pay big bucks because you're doing all this dumb crap, and now you're tossing water at a Jags fan. And it looked empty out there. You got beat down 26-0 to CJ Beathard. I don't even know how to say his last name. That was the worst performance ever. And I even was telling Victor, watch the Panthers try to beat the Jaguars, because the Jaguars have been terrible, and no, they just blew them out. So, David Tepper, you got to fix things up. You need to look in the mirror and wake up and just talk to your fellow owners who are like, hey, how did you survive after going from this business to this business, and what should I do to learn here? But he hasn't done it.
You know what's going to end up happening now is I feel like because new stadiums are going to start being built and people are going to try and compete. They're going to start doing stadiums now where the owner's box is probably going to be enclosed.
Yeah.
So that they
it was open.
Yeah. Well, where was it? Jacksonville. It's in Carolina.
Jacksonville.
Well, Jacksonville needs a new stadium. Like, their stadium is terrible.
That's why they're going to London, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I think is going to end up happening. Like, or owners are going to be seated where fans can't be anywhere near them. Like some owners are like away from where fans can't be anywhere near them.
Well, that's what I think. You better take the heat. Like Mark Davis did the whole thing. Listen up. He didn't throw water at anybody.
Yeah.
But you
Well,
gotta
'cause Mark
take it.
Davis,
You sit out
Mark
there.
Davis sits at damn in and out, and people don't even bother him. Like he
Yeah,
feels like
Frank.
the
He's done
slot
nothing for
machine,
2
and nobody
decades.
gives a shit. But
I was gonna
yeah.
say though, Gilbert, like he came from the Steelers though. That's the
Yeah, you should
surprising
know how it
thing.
operates. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Dan, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna take some humble pie, a nice little slice.
Oh yeah.
You know, I was never a huge McVay guy. I always thought he was a little overrated because in my mind, you know, what they did in that Super Bowl run, all it was trade and free agent. People got cut. It all lined up. I felt like they had a super stacked team, which was ridiculous. You could put anybody out there, and they would have turned something out. They would have won a Super Bowl. But in all honesty, to see, you know, because remember, everybody talked about it, how they were going to be in cap hell. They were going to, you know, have to pay the piper, you know, and that they were going to be gone for a couple of years or whatever, probably in a rough patch, you know, to see the job they've done, seriously, essentially, you know, and they might be ahead of schedule, but the way they've already rebuilt and are back in playoff contention to now at the point where they might just need a few pieces here and there, and they could essentially be back to Super Bowl contenders is insane. And it just goes to a testament of, you know, Kroenke and the vision that they all have over there, you know, so my hat's off to them because again, I did not expect them to be already back in the playoff picture. And to see this happening now, I think they're 8-7, right? Or they're 9-7, you know,
9-7.
You know, absolutely insane. So credit where credit's due. I think Vic called them making the playoffs. Shout out to you. You got one right. There you go. Way to go, Vic. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, just the job that they've done over there, you know, is absolutely insane. There's not a lot of Super Bowl teams that really, you know, after winning, rebuilt like this and they're coming back already. So just wanted to give a little love to the Rams, you know, still annoyed about him and everything else, but it is what it is. They at least have some vision out there.
McVay said, I think maybe either yesterday or today, is coming back next year, so he's loving coaching.
Well,
again.
yeah, because now the come up is happening. Like you can see it. It's like that was my huge thing with McVay, right? If he would have been as great as people said, he would have won the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. You know, all this trading away the draft picks and doing all this stuff. I understand. Don't get me wrong. I would exactly do the same thing they did. Like, forget the future. Go win now. Like, it is what it is. But, you know, the way they've been able to sort of pull off both, or we'll see if they can keep it up next year. But essentially starting to look like they've pulled off both. Absolutely testament to them because they've done their homework in those later draft picks that are panning out.
I like asshole Dan more than I do humble Dan.
Well, I didn't have anything to bury, so I had to
you buried yourself. I like it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's why I sliced the humble pie.
Maybe bring the dirt over. I got you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, I have 2 points to that. Like, the first one is I was telling Gilbert on the Looking Ahead show that this should be something that the Chargers should look at in terms, because they're in cap hell going into this offseason.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
just strip it down, keep some of your core guys. You know, you have the same structure here. You have your Matthew Stafford and Justin Herbert. You have your receiver in Cooper Kupp. If you go and you draft your receiver, your Puka Nacua in the draft, and then you have, you know, whoever your defensive guy is going to be, your Aaron Donald, either it's Mac or Derwin James or whatever.
Yeah.
So you have the structure here. You're just going to have to, you know, trade, you know, a bunch of your guys, you know, let go of the guys you don't want, and then go and hit in the draft. And this is a great way for the Chargers to go about it the same way here. And then the other thing, I'll just say this with the Rams, like, if you're in the NFC, who has a better coach and quarterback combination going into the playoffs? You know, go look around. I mean, are you taking Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts? Are you taking Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott? So
maybe
start to go down, and that's the other way you do it. And yeah, so.
And I was gonna say something else, but
one thing I will say, going back to the Jets, fire Bob. Let him come be my D coordinator with Harbaugh. I'll be good with that.
Oh, I remember what I said. I wonder if we could get a trade for a Khalil Mack. Like, somebody will take on the contract and get kind of a decent pick, but who knows?
Yeah.
But would you give up both pass rushers?
I think so. You got Thule, maybe draft another one, and then look, the Rams got rid of Jalen Ramsey. Got a pick out of it, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's go to Avocado Roast. 2024 is the anniversary of some of the best movies in history. Jim Carrey has 2 movies turning 30 years old this year, The Mask and Ace Ventura. What is
I
your
forgot
favorite
about
Jim
that
Carrey
one. Damn
movie? Big, go ahead.
What did I go with? I think I went with
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura. I mean, it's a classic. It's one of those movies that
Laces out,
turning
Dan.
30 years old. I mean, you know, we watch it. Like if it's on, we'll watch it. You can't go wrong. Dan Marino. And then the coolest part about it, if you remember the matchup this season between the Dolphins and the Eagles, they were wearing those exact same uniforms in that matchup. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Real quick, Caroline sent me a TikTok of you saw that video of Mike McDaniel telling Dan Marino, "We're gonna break all your records, Dan."
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Like, why are you telling me this? You don't even care about football. She's like, I only know the guy because of Ace Ventura. I'm like, oh, okay.
Dan, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'll keep this short. The Grinch, absolutely love The Grinch. So quotable. I love that film. I thought he was hilarious in it.
The fact that he sit there for 10 hours.
Yeah, to get the makeup and everything else. And you could tell real quick also, we went to go see the play this year. You could tell they based it off of that type of Grinch, very animated, very loud, very, obnoxious and everything else. So The Grinch absolutely is my favorite Jim Carrey movie. I love him.
Gilbert?
I think you took mine, Fernando, but I don't mind this one. Dumb and Dumber, definitely one of the best movies. And I'm glad I watched it when I did. Maybe I thought it would be a little dumb because I'm older, but actually, if I still watch it, I think I find it funny. Maybe because the history or it's a classic. But they tried doing like the spin-off ones. Like, these are terrible. But the Dumb and Dumber original with the orange suit and the baby blue suit and Do I Have a Chance, or going on the road trip to chase the bag there and meeting the hot chick and then going in the hotel. I'll give you the whole plot. But anyways, Dumb and Dumber is definitely a strong number 2, but I'll let Fernando have my number 1.
Well, the thing is that like when I go out and I'm like, oh, if I want to go out and stuff, and I'm like, do I want to meet a young lady? This movie's so quotable. I mean,
yeah.
Think about it.
Hold on, sugar. Daddy's got a sweet tooth tonight.
That's how I get ready. Look at that.
I love The Mask, dude. It is one of the best.
The dog putting on the mask too.
I forgot the order of these movies. Which one was his big movie hit first? Was it Dumb and Dumber?
It was Ace Ventura. He was
Ace? Okay.
Yeah, I would have thought it was Ace. Yeah.
Ace Ventura was his first movie, but definitely Jim Carrey. Well, lately I don't think he's really. I mean,
I don't think he's done anything.
Hedgehog,
He's been like, but he's been like a whole. I think he's been like MIA.
Well, ever since he did the whole
the weirdo interview.
Yeah, when he did the whole like,
you know what this is. You know what this is, Jim. You know what this is.
Like people started freaking out when he did the whole Illuminati thing.
Yeah, that's why everybody thinks he's gonna be on the list, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's a
bunch of weirdos, dude. They're all weirdos in Hollywood. That's no secret.
But real quick, just before we head out, I just wanted to, I don't know if you guys know the alphabet, but I brought on a special guest to help us learn the alphabet. Arnold, why don't you take it away?
Is for
is for
bullshit.
C is for
Come with me if you want to live.
D is for
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
E is for
Enough talk.
F is for
Fine chariot, but where's the horses?
G.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
H is for
Hasta la vista, baby.
I is for
The entire
J
alphabet.
is for
Jesus, Marge, what the fuck?
K
Knock.
L is for
I lied.
M is for
Mac.
N is for
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimball have to go to the bathroom. Nothing.
O is for
One ugly motherfucker.
P is for
Put that cookie down now.
Q is for
Quick, because my horse is getting tired.
R is for
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
S is for
Sure. Here's my invitation.
T is for
Talk to the hand.
U is for
He had to split.
V is for
Very hungry.
W is for
Wrong.
X is for
What film is that?
You're fired.
You're fired.
That's a good movie.
Yes.
Z is for
Zero. Now, plain zero.
Oh my god.
Honestly, that's a great way to end.
Dude, that one from like the 70s, I was like, Jesus,
Yeah.
what is he saying?
That's probably from the documentary when he was first starting.
Oh my
Yeah, for real.
God.
But thank you guys so much for checking out the first episode of Compas on the Beat of 2024. But Gilbert, take it away.
Yes, if you made it an hour and 17 minutes with us, then that means you're a true loyal fan. And what a better
Shut
way
up.
than to confirm that you're a true loyal fan than getting yourself a hoodie Compas on the Beat merch. Check out the link right there in the banner. If you're an audio, link in the description. CertifiedCompas.shop. And you know what? We're not just greedy here. That money will go to helping us to get to the Super Bowl Radio Row in Las Vegas. And we will use that money for housing, equipment, creating content in person, so we could do that in person. Maybe use your money for some beer too, whatever. But you don't need to know that part. Or also check out the other link in the description. It's a PayPal link to offer donations. If you can, no pressure. We all have to pay rent today, and we all gave a bunch of Christmas gifts. But anything you can, no pressure. Or just join us at another live. If you ever see What's Up Bolt or House of Horns or Compas on the Beat or Combat Compas going live, jump on the live. If you like the content, give us a super sticker, a super like, or a super whatever. We get some little donations that way too as well. So everything goes a long way. We appreciate the support. And yeah, one more time, Fernando, Happy New Year.
Yeah. No. Oh,
For
wow.
the last time.
Yeah, last time.
I'm surprised you you went with that, but yeah. I know people.
Yeah.
You're a jackass. Yeah. I know people want to see stuff like this.
Yeah.
This year at Radio Row.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That's why. Gotcha.
Leave it to Dan to always have the funny moment at Radio Row.
I don't know, Dan. You might be cursed because I don't think he's fought since that day. But
well, remember he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, this the Dan curse.
No, that's
can you
not
imagine
true.
if he
That's
comes
not
to
a
Radio
thing.
Row?
I know, looking for a Dan.
Yeah,
cowboy hat. Let me talk to you.
Good. Come talk to us. Come talk to us. The only thing I would have. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have tried to sue the UFC if he took my hat. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like irreparable damage. I'm emotionally scarred. You know, I would have pulled out all the walls.
You know why you deserve a raise, by the way, because you were trying to convince him to use us as a sponsorship for his next ring walk.
I told him, I was like, take the hat, wear a Compa shirt out to the ring.
That'd be
He was
awesome.
like 10 grand. I was like, 10 grand. Where the hell am I supposed to come up with 10 grand? I feel like Jackie Moon. Who the hell has $10,000?
Would you let Seth Rollins curb stomp you?
I've been begging for this. Let him curb stomp me. I will sign a release. I just need to put something around my
shirt.
Yeah, I just need to put something around my teeth. That way, I can't lose teeth. That's expensive. I'll take a dink in the head. That's all right.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys so much for checking out the first episode of 2024. Again, we have a lot of fire content coming your way. Dan's going to put the seatbelt on, but we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for checking us out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to be a compa, tell a compa. Thank you guys. But for the time being, ¿sabes qué, Gilberto? Vámonos.
Yeah, that's the end of the first episode of Compas on the Beat in 2024. We got lots more to go to, but on that note, ya nos vamos. Pues, vámonos.